Hello everyone. In today's class, we will start system testing. First, we will see the definition of system testing. Here, the system testing is conducted on the complete integrated system to evaluate the system compliance with its specified requirements is called as system testing. Here, system testing is defined as a testing phase. This is one of the testing phase and it is conducted on the complete integrated system. Means here we are going to merge all the components as an integrated system, and integrated system we are going to test here. Here we are testing this integrated system to evaluate the system compliance. Here compliance means the submission of the product or the complete product with its specified requirements. Here requirements may be functional or non-functional requirements. Therefore, the testing conducted on the complete integrated products and solutions to evaluate system compliance with specified requirements on functional and aspects is called as system testing. It is done after unit, component, and integration testing phases. System testing brings out issues that are fundamental to design, architecture, code of the whole product. I will repeat, system testing brings out issues that are fundamental to design, architecture and code of the whole product. Here a system is a complete set of integrated components that together deliver product functionality and features. A system can also be defined as a set of hardware, software and other parts that together provide product features and solutions. Therefore, a system testing is the only phase of testing which tests the both functional and non-functional aspects of the product. Here, these are the two types of system testing. One is a functional system testing and the other is non-functional system testing. First, we will see what is meant by functional system testing. Here, functional system testing mainly focuses on real life the product and solutions. Here real life customer usage means here we are going to concentrate on the real life customer projects. System testing simulates customer deployments for a general purpose product. System testing also means testing it for different business verticals and applicable domains such as insurance, banking, asset management and so on. Now we will see what is meant by non-functional system testing. Non-functional system testing focuses on quality factors of the product. What is meant by quality factors of the product? Here it is mainly focusing on quality. Quality of the product. Here quality means the product uh, which is fulfilling the customer or which the product which is satisfying the customer's requirements is called as quality. It focuses on quality factors of the product. Now we will see what are the quality factors of the product. Quality factors of non-functional testing. Total 6 quality factors are there. We will see the first one, performance or load testing. Here it is used to evaluate the time taken. First we will see the performance testing. Performance testing or load testing is used to evaluate the time taken or response time of the system to perform its required functions in comparison with different versions of the same product or a different competitive product is called as performance testing. Here we can compare the different types of websites. For example, you can compare the Gmail or the Rediff mail. These are the two different competitive products. Gmail, Rediff mail, like this we can compare the different types of products, or you can compare the different versions of the products only. JDK 1.7, JDK 1.8, JDK 1.3. These are the same products but different versions. Like this you can perform or you can compare the different products and you can evaluate the time taken or response time of the product. This is called as the performance or load testing. Next is the scalability testing. The scalability testing is the testing that requires enormous amount of resource to find out the maximum capability of the system parameters is called as scalability testing. Here, it requires large amount of resources. How much the system is used, that is, here simulation is possible and real life of the product is not possible. Here you can show the simulation of the product and real life experiment is not possible in scalability testing. Why? Because here we are going to use the large number of resources, that's why only the simulation of the product is possible in scalability testing. Next is reliability testing. First, we will see the definition. Reliability testing. It is used to evaluate the ability of the system or an independent component of the system to perform its required functions repeatedly for a specified period of time is called as reliability testing. I will repeat, it is used to evaluate the ability of the system or an independent component of the system to perform its required functions repeatedly for a specified period of time is called as reliability testing. Here we are testing a product for its ability, whether the product is able to perform it is again and again. For example, querying a database for a user of querying a database for 48 hours continuously, or log in to particular application 10,000 times, means here we are checking the reliability of the product. Next one is stress testing. The fourth one is stress testing. Here what is meant by stress testing? Here it is evaluating a system beyond the limits of the specified requirements or system resources to ensure the system does not break down unexpectedly is called as stress testing. Here we are going to evaluate the system beyond its limits or system resources. Here system resources means days, memory, processor utilization. If you are working the beyond the limits, then also it should not break. That is called as the stress testing. Example is, if there is a insufficient memory, then also your system should not crash, or inadequate hardware. If your system is not compatible, then also it should not break. This is all about stress testing. Now we will see the interoperability testing, that is fifth one is interoperability testing. Here, this testing is done to ensure that two or more products can exchange information, use the information, and closely. This is called as interoperability testing. Here, this interoperability testing is done to ensure that two or more products can exchange information, use the information, and work closely. For example, you can take the Notepad and MS Word. Here, we can exchange the information from Notepad to MS Word, or we can use the information from the Notepad to MS Word. In the same way, from the email to MS Word also we can utilize, we can use, or we can work closely with both. This is called as interoperability testing. Means here we are working with the help of the other application, that is called as the interoperability testing. Next, localization testing. The last quality factor is localization testing. Testing conducted to verify that the localized product works in different languages is called as localization testing. I will repeat, the testing conducted to verify the localized product works in different languages. For example, languages mean C, C++, Java, .NET. By using these different languages also your product should work is called as the localization testing. Here, if you have executed your product Java, this should must work in .NET also. Means if you change the language also, then should support. That is called as the localization testing. From the perspective of the product organization, integrating the components is referred to as a subsystem testing. We will see the next point. Why we need to do the system testing? There are many points that are necessary to do the system testing. First, we will see the first point. System testing will provide independent perspective in testing. It will bring in customer perspective testing, and it will provide a pair of eyes to discover defects not found earlier by testing. And the next point is test product behavior in a complete and realistic environment. System testing can be done by both the functional and non-functional aspects of the product. System testing can build confidence in the product. System testing can analyze and reduce the risk of releasing the product. System testing will ensure all requirements are met and ready the product for acceptance testing. Therefore, we need to do the system testing. Now we will see the difference between functional testing and non-functional testing. Here this question is important for 5 marks. What are the differences in between the functional and non-functional testing? It Within this slide you can see total 3 columns are there. The first column thing aspect, second column functional testing, and the third non-functional testing. Based on the testing aspects, we are going to differentiate among functional and non-functional testing. First, the difference we will see, the testing aspect is involved, that is system testing involves. In the functional testing, it involves product features and functionality, and in the non-functional testing, it involves the quality factors. Here, quality factors means, as we have studied, performance testing, scalability testing, reliability testing, stress testing, interoperability testing, and localization testing. These all comes under the quality factors. This comes under non-functional testing. See here, testing involves product feature functionality. In the functional side, it only focuses on the of the product in the functional testing, and in the non-functional testing it mainly focuses on the quality factors. Next, it tests the product behavior. The second one is it tests the product behavior under the functional testing, means it is mainly focusing on behavior, that is how it's going to work. And in the non-functional testing, it will test both the behavior as well as the experience of the product. Third difference is result conclusion. In functional testing, simple steps written to check expected results. But in non-functional testing, huge data is collected and analyzed. See the difference. In functional testing, we are going to write the very simple steps to particular product. But in non-functional testing, we are collecting large amount of data, and based on the data collected, we are going to analyze those data to get the result. Next, fourth difference is result varies due to product implementation. Means in functional testing, how you are going to implement your product, based on that the result is going to differentiate. And in non-functional testing, product implementation, resources, and configuration. Based on these all, it will depend. That is, the result differentiation is depends on the product implementation, resources, and configurations of the product. Here, resources means which software we are going to use, hardware we are going to use, and configurations means which versions of the softwares you are going to use. Like this, we are going to divide the configurations and resources of the product. Next, fifth one is testing focuses on defect detection. See here, in testing should focus on defect detection, means that is the quality assurance, that is quality control, and defect prevention means quality assurance. See here, testing focuses on defect detection in functional testing, and in non-functional testing it is focusing on the qualification of the product by using the quality factors. Next is knowledge. To test the functional testing, the knowledge required is product and domain, how the product is built, and the domain knowledge means in-depth knowledge of the product is required. But in non-functional testing, knowledge is required, domain knowledge is required, design, architecture, and statistical skills also required for the non-functional testing. Next, seventh one is normally due to code in functional testing. If your code, that is implementation of the product, is not correct, then your product will fail in functional testing. Functional testing, here if the architecture is wrong, design is wrong, and the code is wrong, then also your product is going to fail. Next, eighth one, the testing phase. In which phase we are going to do the functional testing and non-functional testing. Here we are going to do the functional testing at the unit testing phase, component testing phase, integration testing phase, and system testing phase. But the non-functional testing can be done only at the system testing phase only. Next, the ninth difference is test case repeatability, means how many times you can repeat the test cases. In functional testing, you can repeat the test cases as many times you need. But in non-functional testing, we are repeating the test cases only in case of failures and for the different configurations. No failures or no different configurations, we are not going to repeat the test cases in non-functional testing. But in functional testing, we are going to repeat the test cases as many times as we need. This is the difference in between the functional and non-functional testing. In the next class, we will see about functional testing. Thank you.